You are floating, somewhere between sleep and waking, between here and nowhere, between the world you know and the one that waits beyond the stars. There is no sound, save for the faint hum of the vessel you rest within. A ship, gentle as a cradle, gliding through space with no urgency. You lie comfortably on a padded surface that conforms to your body as if it remembers you. The air is cool and pure. No weight presses on your limbs. Your mind is calm. Your eyes are closed. For a moment, there is only breath. You feel the quiet pulse of the stars through the hull. Distant, low vibrations, like the heartbeat of the cosmos itself. And then, a voice. Soft, familiar, though you've never heard it before. We're nearly there now. You may begin to wake. Slowly, you open your eyes, not to blinding light, but to a gentle indigo glow. A ceiling shaped like a dome, studded with lights that shimmer like constellations. Each point twinkles in rhythm with your breath, as though the ship is alive, listening, responding. Sitting beside you is a figure, cloaked in robes of translucent silver. Their presence, neither human nor entirely alien. Their eyes are large and calm, reflecting the stars, and their voice is like wind across water. This is Solenn, your guide. They speak in tones meant for dreaming. We are nearing Andara, they say, the moon of echoes, a place of peace, of memory, of deep and gentle sleep. They place a hand over a glowing crystal embedded in the control panel. The ship responds to their touch, shifting course without a sound. Solenn glances toward the viewport, where a pale sphere floats in the distance. Andara, a moon unlike any other, shrouded in violet mist and circled by a halo of glowing dust. It spins slowly in orbit around a silent, sleeping planet, one long dead, yet still revered by travelers seeking rest. You sit up. Your body feels light, as though gravity has forgotten you. Solenn continues. Andara is not mapped, not cataloged. You can't find it. It finds you. It appears to those who need it. When the mind becomes too full, when dreams cannot form, when the weight of waking becomes too much to carry alone. You look toward the viewport again. The stars drift lazily by. Time moves differently near Andara, Solenn whispers. Hours become minutes. Minutes become breath. You will not be rushed here. Nothing chases you. The ship passes through a soft veil of interstellar clouds. Pink, lilac, and silver. They wrap around the vessel like silk. You close your eyes again, just for a moment, and when you open them, you're descending. Below, Andara awaits, not barren or cold, but alive with light. Its surface glows with soft turquoise and violet pulses, like a sleeping creature, breathing. Rings of mist swirl gently above vast crystal plains, refracting the starlight into glimmering auroras that move in slow waves. You feel something strange, yet comforting. Not a thought, but a knowing, a sensation that you are being gently welcomed. Not observed, but understood. The ship lowers into orbit, the hum shifting to a deeper tone. Solenn speaks again, this time closer, almost as if their voice echoes inside your mind. Soon, we'll land among the dreaming spires. You'll walk where the Threnari once did, a people who slept not in silence, but in song. They left behind dreams, woven into the crystals, waiting for another to find them. Their eyes meet yours, and you see no urgency in them, only peace. You're not here to do, you're here to rest. You lean back again, feeling the low, soothing rumble of the ship's descent. Around you, the stars begin to fade behind Andara's glowing mist, and the silence deepens, as if the moon itself is leaning in to listen. The ship touches down with barely a sound. No jolt, no clatter, only stillness, like a feather settling on satin. Outside, a soft mist surrounds the land. It glows faintly with a hue that shifts between lavender, soft cerulean, and pale rose. Not from a sun, but from the planet's own light. Solenn rises and offers you a hand. Their fingers are warm, their touch feather-light. Step carefully, they whisper. Andara is a place of listening. Even your quietest thoughts will echo here. You follow them through a translucent archway, the ship's door melting open like morning fog. The air on Andara is unlike anything you've ever known. Not warm, not cold, but balanced. It moves gently across your skin, scented faintly with something that resembles rain on stone, and the first breath of spring after a long, silent winter. Your feet find purchase on soft ground. Not rock, not soil, but something between silk and moss. It cushions your steps, glowing slightly where you tread, then fading like memory. Around you stretch vast crystal fields. The land is dotted with towering crystalline structures. Spires, trees, perhaps both. They rise toward the sky in spirals and arches, glinting in every shade of blue and violet. Some sing softly as the mist brushes across them, creating a delicate harmony like 1,000 wind chimes suspended in air. Solenn walks ahead slowly, letting you take it in. These are the resonant spires, they say, each one tuned to a different kind of thought. Some sing of wonder, others of sorrow. Some remember joy, and some sleep. You walk among them, and the sound changes subtly with your presence. One spire hums deeply when you approach, vibrating through your chest. Another releases a clear, bell-like tone, a melody that stirs a forgotten memory, though you cannot say of what. You pause, close your eyes, and the moment you do, you feel it. Something beneath the sound. A presence. Not a person, not a voice, but a mood. The land is dreaming, and you are being gently folded into that dream. Solenn kneels beside a crystal pool, its surface mirror still, reflecting a sky of stars that seem impossibly close. You crouch beside them, and the pool ripples without touch, forming shapes that fade almost as quickly as they form. A memory, a symbol, a face you don't recognize, but feel comforted by. Andara remembers, Solenn says. This moon absorbs the quiet thoughts left behind by travelers like you. It does not judge them. It simply holds them, echoes them, and when the time is right, it sings them back. They dip a hand into the water, and the pool glows softly. You follow their lead, your fingertips brushing the surface. The moment you do, the pool sings. Not loudly, not in words, but in a harmony that resonates deep in your chest. The tone of your own restfulness, your own longing for peace, transformed into music. The spires around you respond, singing faintly in return. A gentle lullaby made of light, memory, and silence. You're already becoming part of it, Solenn murmurs. You stand once more, following them along a glowing path that seems to form beneath your feet. The mist shifts to make way, revealing a wide field of smooth, low crystals shaped like bowls. These are dream receptors, Solenn explains. Each one holds the last thought of a sleeper. When someone lays here, their dreams bloom above them, visible for a time, like drifting constellations. You kneel beside one. Its surface begins to ripple like water, and in it, you see shifting shapes, not clear visions, but the feeling of dreams. Safe, vast, untethered, a soft breeze passes by, and the dreams fade once more into mist. There is no pressure here to make meaning, Solenn says. This moon asks for nothing, not answers, not control, only that you rest and be gently known. You walk together a little further, and the land opens into a small hollow, a resting chamber surrounded by shorter crystals, like a sanctuary made from frozen starlight. You may stay here a while, Solenn says quietly. The spires will guard your silence, and when you're ready, we'll walk to the beacons. They offer a nod and step away, giving you solitude. You sit. The ground is soft. The air is warm. The quiet is absolute, yet never empty. A resonance moves through your body. Not music, not quite. More like a vibration of peace. You close your eyes, and in that stillness, you begin to feel your own thoughts slow, soften, dissolve. Andara does not ask you to sleep. It merely invites you, and with every breath, that invitation grows until even your thoughts begin to dream. Time on Andara does not move in lines, but in slow, rippling circles. Here, even a pause becomes a passage. You rise from the crystal hollow where you rested. Your limbs feel light, as though they've been soaking in peace. The weight you brought with you, thoughts, burdens, noise, has faded into the soft mist that surrounds everything here. Solenn is nearby, waiting patiently beneath a curving arch of amethyst crystal. They greet you with a nod, not rushed, not expectant, just present. Now, they say quietly, we go to the beacons. You follow. Your path winds gently through a low valley, where glowing reeds sway with no breeze. The ground sparkles with tiny motes of light, like fallen stars, still softly pulsing with memory. The land gradually rises, leading you toward a ridge where the mist thins and the air grows even quieter somehow, like a breath held in reverence. There, on a gentle plateau, stand the slumbering beacons, monoliths, towering crystalline obelisks arranged in a wide circle, each carved with flowing symbols that shimmer and shift as you watch. Alive, it seems, with thought. Some symbols resemble language, others resemble dreams themselves, shapes that change depending on how you feel. These were left by the Threnari, Solenn whispers. They were a race of quiet ones, great travelers who spoke more often in emotion than in sound. They used these beacons to dream together. You walk slowly between them. Each beacon emits a faint vibration, not loud enough to hear, but something you sense in your bones, in your chest. Some are higher pitched, others deep and warm. The tones don't overlap, they weave. The Threnari believed every person carried a unique frequency, Solenn explains. Not just in voice or thought, but in rest. Andara tuned itself to that frequency, making a space where sleep became not escape, but return. You pause before one of the tallest beacons. Its glow is dim but steady. It seems aware of you. You reach out and gently touch the surface. The crystal is warm beneath your fingers, and the symbols rearrange themselves instantly, not into words, but into patterns that feel familiar, shapes from forgotten dreams, echoes of childhood comfort. The first time you stared up at a night sky and wondered, a low tone begins to rise from the base of the beacon, like a gong struck from within your own chest. It doesn't alarm, it grounds. Your breath naturally slows. You close your eyes, and a vision begins to form. Not a story, not a dream, but a feeling. You are lying in a vast sea of stars. Each one pulses gently around you, not burning, but glowing, like soft fireflies. Their hum is not sound, but recognition. They remember you, not who you are, but what you are. A sleeper like them, a visitor in the endless dark, and now a welcomed guest of Andara. The beacons do not send messages, Solenn says softly beside you. They reflect, they attune, they allow you to hear what you've long silenced. The tone fades, the vision softens. You open your eyes again, feeling not awakened, but lightened. Solenn walks ahead toward the center of the circle, where a large stone lies flat against the ground. Upon its smooth black surface are etched thousands of tiny glyphs, glowing like the shimmer of dew. They run a hand across them. This is the archive of sleep, they say. It records not memories, but rest. Every time someone lets go, breathes out, surrenders to stillness, a new glyph is formed. You kneel beside it and place your hand down. The stone reacts, not visually, not even physically, but emotionally. You feel it, a low vibration of peace, like a planet exhaling beneath your palm. And within that sensation, you realize something. You are not the first to feel what you're feeling now, not the first to arrive burdened, tired, full, and certainly not the first to leave emptied, healed, quiet. Solenn kneels beside you. The beacons are slumbering, they say, not because they've forgotten, but because they are dreaming with you. Above, the sky begins to darken, not from time, but as a signal. Andara knows it is almost time to rest. Solenn rises, eyes still reflecting the glow of the obelisks. Come, they say gently. There is one more place I must show you before you fall into your own dream. You follow Solenn down a sloping path, away from the slumbering beacons. The air grows warmer, not hot, but nurturing. It carries the scent of something sweet and cool, like rain soaked into warm crystal. The path curves into a soft descent. Mist wraps around you gently, like a blanket drawn up over the shoulders. But you feel no need to speak. No thoughts rise, only quiet presence. Solenn guides you through an arched passage formed by living crystal, bending above like the ribs of some great sleeping creature. As you step through, the world opens. Before you lies the garden of sleep, a vast, gently glowing valley, wrapped in silence and stars. There are no trees, at least not in any shape you know. Instead, there are sleeping forms, not creatures, but structures that feel alive. Great curled spires like resting serpents, flowers that breathe in rhythm with the stars, and pools of liquid light that reflect not just your face, but your emotions, softened into color. This is where Andara dreams, Solenn says softly. You step forward. With each movement, the ground pulses faintly, not to warn or wake, but to welcome. You are noticed here, not watched, not judged, but gently seen. Tiny lights drift through the air, like glowing pollen or curious stars come down to hover near your breath. They do not touch. They simply orbit. Solenn gestures toward a smooth rise in the ground ahead. At its center sits an enormous flower the size of a small hill, made of layered crystal petals, unfurled halfway. Inside, soft, silken moss glows with a golden hue. This is a cradle blossom, they explain. It forms when a traveler's presence harmonizes fully with Andara. The garden responds by offering a place of deep rest. You step closer. The blossom senses you, and slowly its petals unfurl further, forming a wide, open cradle. The moss within ripples gently in waves, inviting, soothing. You lie down in the center. The moss embraces your body like memory, soft, warm, adapting perfectly to every curve. The petal walls rise around you like the arms of a planet, wrapping its guest in silence. Above, the sky opens wide, filled with swirling stars, as if Andara has peeled back its mist just for you. You take a breath, and the stars pulse in time with it. For the first time, you realize you are part of this place now. You've been welcomed into its dream. Solenn kneels beside the blossom, speaking one last time. Here, the dream becomes yours. No more guidance, no more steps, only sleep, not as escape, but as remembering. The universe has always held you. You only had to let go. You close your eyes. The blossom breathes beneath you, slow and deep. The lights of the garden dim, and the stars above begin to blur, as though they are melting into one soft shimmer. There is no thought now, no edge, no shape, just peace, just rest, just sleep. Andara sings one final time, a lullaby you do not hear but feel, and you drift softly, deeply, completely into sleep. You do not know how long you've been resting inside the cradle blossom. There is no time here, only breath, only calm. But something shifts. Not a disturbance, just a quiet invitation. A feeling like being called gently inward. Beneath you, the moss ripples once, not pushing, not pulling, and then begins to open. A hidden passage, carved from crystal and shadow, reveals itself under your body, leading downward into the heart of Andara. You are not afraid. You are already dreaming. This is simply the next layer of rest. You let yourself drift downward. There is no motion, no walking, just descent, as if the dream itself is carrying you deeper. The passage closes above you, sealing the world of waking sleep behind as you descend into the dreaming chamber. Down here, there is no light, only presence, but slowly, from the darkness, forms begin to glow, not with brightness, but with memory. Soft pulses of ancient thoughts, wisps of collective slumber. You are floating, weightless, soundless, through a vast chamber lined with what appear to be sleeping stars. They do not burn, they hum. You move between them, not walking, not flying, just existing, one moment to the next, carried by the rhythm of this deep sanctuary. You've reached the dreaming chamber. A voice echoes softly. Solenn's, distant now, like a memory made of breath. Few come here awake, but you are meant to. One of the stars pulses beside you. It opens, not physically, but conceptually, and shows you something. A vision of yourself, as seen through the eyes of the universe, at rest, peaceful. All your thoughts, all your worries, held here, not to be solved, but to be gently dissolved. You float onward. More stars bloom around you, each one a dream from another traveler, long gone but never forgotten. A child sleeping under a sky they didn't know was watching them. An elder letting go for the final time, smiling into the dark. A wanderer lost between worlds, finally exhaling into silence. None of these dreams are loud. None demand meaning. They simply are. And now, you are part of them. You begin to feel something stir within your chest. Not energy, but its opposite. Stillness, a peaceful gravity pulling you inward to the center of yourself, where no words exist, only breath, only quiet, only dream. A final whisper reaches you, so faint it might only be a thought. Sleep well, star mind. The dream remembers you. The stars dim, the chamber fades, and you float. No more edges, no more time, only sleep. Deep, safe, eternal.